The concern was, are we achieving this with what we're doing? And for that reason, that we came up with that idea of going around and ensuring that we get to know, and particularly because this idea, this thing of industrializing, what is going to be our anchor as a country if we are to industrialize? And Dr. Moria, the PS, and indeed the governor have clearly and ably demonstrated that our anchor to industrialization is still pegged on the greatest contributor to our economic well-being, which is agriculture. And therefore, a lot of what we could do in the rural areas, in the counties, would have to be agri-based. But MTP3 was coming to an end. Fast forward, we get into office late 2022, and as fate would have it, we have this blueprint we have given to every county, and we said, in order to ensure that we carry everybody along, which is what is this thing of ensuring a high quality of life. We have to go to the greatest majority who are at the bottom of the pyramid. Hence, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. It had not been engendered in the previous medium term as profoundly as it is today. And therefore, many of you would remember, and I recall that Governor and I were in Nanyuki when cabinet was called, cabinet and the high ranks of, in fact, even PS was with us, and all high ranks of the national executive, and a number of governors, I think most of you says, did join us in Nanyuki, where we decided to work in sector groups, and every group and to come and, first of all, this is what we have, that's what has been done by our technocrats in the Ministry of Planning, or State Department of Planning, and we have this. This is what we have told the people of Kenya, this is what we have promised them. We need a much more inclusive plan. And therefore, we are to rejig, go back to the drawing board, and make sure that we include many of the aspects of better in our MTP4. Several meetings have been held, many of them led by principal secretaries and other technical people. Most of the members of cabinet have not been attending those meetings. I must admit, I personally have never attended except those ones called by the president, and where the president would always find out what it is that is happening, and we didn't know. But actually, the truth of the matter is that the PSs and the tech began by telling you that I will not read the president's speech, yeah, but I can explain it. I don't have to read the president's speech. I'm sure if I do, you will sleep, you start dozing. And if you are, okay, many of you are not, maybe Kubole might, people of my age might start dozing. But the reason why I say I don't need to read the president's speech to you is because I understand it. So all I need to do is pick some of the salient issues contained in it, many of which, with respect to our county of Embu, have that our own county development plan it mirrors what is in the MTP4. It's anchored on better. So we are to Muturi when we know that what we are doing, and indeed many of those programs are the ones that the governor has spoken about. Some of the others are the ones that perhaps we have not thought critically about. I just want to challenge ourselves. When the county secretary was introducing people, she asked whether they were the youth, and I saw a few people who looked young. You know, the creative economy, and you know things like Talanta Hela. We must monetize those talents. Our youth are very creative. We must make sure that they are also anchored in the county development plan, because people are gifted in different ways, and the idea better is about not leaving anybody behind. For the National Treasury and Economic Planning, it is not a mistake. Because they say, you know, people keep learning every day. The Attorney General, by design of our current constitution, is not a cabinet secretary. He's just a member of cabinet. So they say that the cabinet secretary will speak. So I was about to say, no, I'm not the one who is supposed to speak. But let me say that I still hold the very firm conviction that by upholding the rule of law and the efficient justice system, which P.S. Moria spoke about, and she talked about many ADR system mechanisms being adopted by the judiciary. It is not anything that is new. It is provided for in the Constitution. In fact, County Commissioner was with me last year when we did the open day on mediation here in Embu, which was quite successful. But we also have been challenged, and I took up the challenge in the course of last year, because if you look at because many of these things which are here are actually in the manifesto, in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. So if you look at the manifesto, we talked about empowering the state law office. And one of the programs that I have, and I've rolled it through cabinet, is to decentralize the services of the OAG at DOJ. That is the Office of the Attorney General and Department of Justice. Because there is a court in Ronyenjes, there is a court in Chicago, then there is a court of appeal in Nyeri. When appeals coming from these courts here in Embu have to go to Nyeri, it is quite a challenge to the staff that are here. So we must increase. And quite apart from the courts, people want to register chairmas. Amasikweli. But you have to go to Nairobi to register a chama ya kina mama. Na unajua ukileta lazima tuuteme, okay, nobody will tell you exactly what is it that they are looking for. They say, okay, let application, it is received. But you know what is being done? Watarudisha hapa Embu tu. Watu wa NIS kuambia, hebu tuambie hao watu wanataka kushikana pamoja ni watu aina gani? Ni watu kama Mackenzie wa Shakahola ama ni watu aina gani? Hata kama ni kanisa. So it's only fair that some of these services that we do, we must bring them down to the people. So that if you want to register your chama, you just come here. Watu wa NIS wako hapa. Wengine they are in the villages. In less than a week, mambo imekwisha. Kina mama wamekuwa registered chama yao, wanafanya kile ambacho walikuwa wanataka kufanya. Decentralization is key. And it's one of those pillars that you saw recently, His Excellency the President, in agreement with my proposal, signed into law the delinking of the Office of the Attorney General from the Public Service. Lastly, is to say, Governor, we have always talked about baking a bigger cake. And one of the things that you find in the President's speech is about enlarging the tax base. This may be a big challenge. If all these development programs that have been put in this MTP4 for the next 4 years, 5 years, are going to rely on the exchequer, it's going to be a challenge. So the Kenya Kwanza administration is heavy on encouraging public-private partnership agreements in implementing some of the programs. And just what comes to mind, a simple one, the expressway in Nairobi. Expressway in Nairobi. If you came from James Gishuru, before the expressway, we are going to the airport at this hour. Jiwekee kitu kama 2 hours hivi. Kutoka hapo kwenda hapo. We must also be efficient in what we do. Today, you get into the expressway at James Gishuru Junction, driving to the airport, in 20 minutes you are there. If you had some other things that you needed to do, you will do them comfortably, knowing in the knowledge that within 20 minutes you'll be at the airport. I will give this example of one time when I was dropped by friends at the airport at JKA. I was going to Kigali, Rwanda. A very short journey of about 45-50 minutes. When I landed in Kigali, needed to talk to my friends, so I called them. They told me they were still around Nyayo Stadium. Kutoka airport, they were still. Mimi nimefika kule, na hao bado wanajaribu kurudi town. Today, nobody will complain about that. There's a cost, of course. There's a cost. There must be a cost. And in many developed countries in the world, these things do happen. In any event, Governor, even if we were to invite somebody to come and do whatever kind of, kama ni hospitali ya kuja ajenge kubwa hapa Embu, si you'll invest, there will be an agreement. Hata kama hizo za barabara, they are time bound. They are time bound. So, ikimaliza miaka fulani, hiyo kitu inabaki hapa Embu. Ama itaenda mtu atang'oa aende naye. Si itabaki hapa tu. So we must begin also appreciating. This is something that the Kenya Kwanza government is very heavy on. And it is embraced in the MTP4 that we have been told to come and disseminate across the entire country. And Governor, in fact today is the second day of this exercise. Once again, just like the housing program, we're just on the second day ourselves. But please, if we understand these projects as contained in the MTP4. Let us debate them robustly. They are for the benefit of the people of Embu. They are not for, well, certainly not for me. I'm an old man, but I don't mind enjoying smooth roads and all those other facilities. But they are for the people of Embu. So let us debate them. Let us discuss them robustly, without any fear. Where you think that maybe we need to make adjustments, please say so. With those very many remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for giving me your ears. God bless you. God bless Embu County. Asante.
Thank you. Thank you.